Live from an abandoned motel on Colfax, you're listening to Downshift with your hosts, Ryan and Jason. This is the Colorado Cars and Coffee Podcast by car enthusiasts for car enthusiasts. Clutch in, gear down, and let's start the show.
All right. Live we are. We are live, folks. How are you? Welcome to the Colorado Cars and Coffee Podcast, Downshift. You'll notice it's me, myself, and I today. My trusty co-host, Jason, is out gallivanting. Where'd he go? He is at the Greenwich, Connecticut concourse. Boo-hoo. Last time he was out and about, he was driving fancy Porsches somewhere, and now he's in Connecticut looking at fancy old cars. I don't feel bad for him. But it's just me tonight, so this is what you get. As always, you can catch us on this podcast. Colorado Cars and Coffee is all over the interwebs. Facebook, Instagram, X. I guess we're not calling it Twitter anymore. 2 different YouTube channels. One for here and one for Shift Colorado Magazine. We're actually on LinkedIn. Threads. Never even been there, but we have an account. We have a bi-weekly newsletter. Goes out every other week. Next issue's next week. If you would like to subscribe to that, it contains over 3 weeks worth of events going on here in Colorado. On our Instagram, you can always follow us every Thursday. I post, and I make a post that's got all of the events that we know of coming up for the weekend. What else have we got? Oh, Shift Colorado, the magazine. Issue 11 is live right now. Dropped on May 7th, so it's been out for a minute. If you haven't seen it, go take a look. Good stuff. And I guess we can get right into it. This show is for the ladies. We've got some of the women at the forefront of the Colorado motorsports scene, as well as the Colorado automotive scene in general. Caitlin and Courtney will be here with us. I'll drop them in here in just a moment. And my better half, Jenny, will be joining us as well, as she has recently attended some of the events that they've put on. A ladies drift day at PPIR. We went to a car show where she won an award last year sometime in Colorado Springs. And even recently, or not too recently, she attended a how to paint your car class that was held at Pikes Peak Community College, I believe. And then just recently, she was actually at a welding class that they held as well. So they're doing all kinds of things to help women get into, stay into, and enjoy the motorsports and automotive scene here in Colorado. With that, it looks like they're getting ready in the background just a little bit. So I'll give them a second. What else have we got? Thanks, as always, to Bill Levasseur for our custom professional intros. Probably the most professional thing about this entire podcast. Hey, it looks like we're ready. Ladies, you're going live. Boom. There they are.
Hello.
Hello. That looks pretty good for an iPad.
It's a nice.
I've got a professional setup by any means. Give me just a second here. When you catch me, I do have like a triple monitor setup. So if you see me doing this, I'm not ignoring you. I'm looking at notes. I want to make sure I represent the two of you appropriately and get your names right.
Thank you.
I know we both met before, but it was quick and dirty. And most of our interactions have been on social media. So,
yep.
It looks like Jenny is tweaking her settings or something still. So while we have it, why don't you guys introduce yourselves and tell us just what it is that you've created and what it is you do?
Go ahead. Hi, I'm Courtney. I'm a local drifter here in Colorado, and we started a ladies drift day a couple years ago and keep kicking every year. When did you start it? In 2021, I think.
4 years. Yeah, that's some time. Mm-hmm. And we really just found out about you early last year, I believe, Jenny and I.
That's awesome. Yeah, Jenny came out last year. It was super cool.
Yeah, she absolutely loved it. We actually sold that car, but
you did sell it? It's gone?
But not the Subaru.
Oh, okay.
Got a very fancy Subaru for sale, folks. We're one of the 1,000 V limited. No, we sold her Miata that she had at Drift Day.
Nice.
Life dictated the sale. Money is more important than the car, but we're going to get her another better one soon enough.
Yeah, she was like, I'm getting another one.
Nice.
I saw you recently bought quite a tow rig.
Which one of us? Because I think
You
we
just bought it.
we both.
Actually, that's right. I think you both picked up.
Oh, yeah.
Well, you've got the sweet flatbed. I just saw something on social the other day. You were loading up
Courtney's
to
Ram
head to the
truck.
track.
Yeah, the Ram truck we've had for a long time, but usually just see it towing broken things back to our house.
Hey, well, if you can't drive the car home, you got to have a way to get it back.
Yep.
I've been there. I used to do rallycross a lot, like in the car I drove out. So it was, I hope I can drive this home when I'm done.
Yep.
Punctured an oil pan once, had a belt that was hanging on by like its last thread, still made it home. So
nice.
Always a success. What else? Well, then, why don't you introduce
Yeah,
yourself?
I'm
Yes,
Caitlin.
the other half here.
I'm Caitlin. I guess I'm the founder of the Lady Car Enthusiasts of Colorado Springs group. We have been a group since last October, so a little over a year. I guess that's a year and a half now.
Yeah.
We have like 900 ladies in the private group on Facebook, and then our socials are kind of where we have a lot of followers and like actual attention from most people. So
Yeah, and we attended the car show you guys did in the Springs. I forget the location, but
yeah,
with the super sweet treats as the trophies. That was so good.
This is the shirt.
Nice.
Yeah, there you go.
The sweet treat part. Yeah, that was kind of just an idea, and then it kind of
happened.
Flew off the handle, and it was pretty great. I think we had 400 people show up, and
really at the show that day.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that's including like all the cars and then spectators, volunteers, and anybody that was there. So it was a pretty good turnout, I think, for our first ever like.
Yeah, it was.
I think it was our first professional event.
Yeah. Do you remember the car count? Do you remember the car count? Because there was a lot.
It was between like 75 to 80.
Really?
We ended up capping out. Like we ran out of
Spaces, yeah.
Yeah. People left, and then people could enter. So
they were stuffed in there. Hopefully, you can get another as accommodating location that can also house a few more cars too.
Yeah. Yeah, we're hoping to do another one with hopefully like a larger area because it was just not big enough, which is a great problem.
Yep, didn't know it was a problem.
Yeah, no, it's a problem. I've been there. It's a problem, but it's a great problem to have.
Mm-hmm.
Let's see. I think Jenny's ready to go. You done messing around there, lady? It looks like it. So let's bring her in. Jenny, hey, that looks a lot better than the preview that I can see down below.
Hey, how's it going?
Hi, Jenny.
My audio is not working. I can't hear you, but
we hear you.
Well, hopefully it's not too much of a problem. I'll point when I'm talking to you. That might be a problem. You might want to tweak with that. We'll see if we can get it fixed. If not, like I said, I'll do what I can to cue that if you can't hear me, then you don't know when I'm asking you a question. So we might have a problem. We'll see if we can figure that out. Do you want to try to get on your here? I'm going to send you a message and see if you can maybe get on your phone or something. Sorry, folks. Hold on. Technical difficulties.
I'm on my phone.
Professional as this might seem.
I can hear you through here.
There you go. All right. It works. It works well enough. So, again, let's talk about what you guys do for Colorado and the motorsports community. You have, and we'll get to the big talk, your event this next weekend. But if you want to expand a little bit on why you chose to, create the entities that you did, how you got started, hurdles in getting to where you're at today, just kind of give me the lowdown.
Yeah, I think Courtney should start because I started the group because of Courtney. So, gotta pave the way.
Yeah, I don't know, my husband and I drift together, and we're going to drift events, and there's just always a bunch of dudes and never seen any ladies out there. And I was just like, why are there no ladies out here? And
How long have you been drifting? Like 10 years?
9 years. Mm-hmm. Yep.
How many ladies drifted with you back like 9 years?
There was one. There's like one other one.
Just one?
Yeah.
Wow.
Which was a lot then.
That's
two
what
ladies
that too
was a
is
lot
like.
then,
Yeah,
but
that's pretty good.
when I came back to Colorado, there was no one out here like really drifting, and so I contacted PPIR and I was like, would you guys be interested in doing some sort of ladies drift thing? And now here we are, and it's crazy. We have to cap the drivers because there's so many.
The first event had like
11, including me and Mary, and we were like coaches, and Melissa.
So just the coaches.
Yeah, there was like a couple of girls there, but it was a lot of the current coaches that are out there. And
How is that relationship with PPIR?
it's amazing. PPIR is
They're
the
the
most
best.
supportive of getting ladies out on the track. It's very inspiring to see a racetrack that's like
Cares.
that cares.
They really care.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, it's a great place. I used to run the Colorado Rallycross group in numerous aspects. I started as just an attendee, equipment manager, timing and scoring, and then I was running the whole show. And they still do events down there, in a different area. I haven't been out in a little while, but
I
they were
think it's
always
like
very
in the back
accommodating.
lot.
Yeah.
Yeah, in the back lot. But I think they moved us, or the group, somewhere different than what I'm used to. But it was great because that let us use the parking lot. So we had some events that were asphalt and dirt,
Nice.
which was always nice. Everybody loved to come out for those. And that area back there allowed us to have some of the biggest courses like that we've ever
The
run,
back
with
lot
like
is
well
huge.
over minute lap times and whatnot.
Yeah.
Jenny, you actually went to Ladies Drift Day last summer. Jenny's here to kind of give us a newcomer's perspective to all the things that the two of you have put together. You want to tell us about your day at the track out there? Jitters, getting prepared. I know, I played support vehicle and we towed the car out there that day. How did you find the event? I mean, let's back up one notch. How did you find them? How did you come across them? I assume social media. And then tell me a little bit about attending the Drift Day. Do we have a delay? I thought she could hear me.
Yeah, so
There we go.
I found it. I honestly don't even remember. I believe it was just on Facebook. I don't truly recall how I found it, but yeah, I'm just trying to. It's hard to find groups of women that are into cars. And I found this group and it's great. It's not just about the car scene, but it's women that know about cars, whether it's racing or, mechanical type things, or, it's women, it's everything about cars. So it's really great. And yeah, they're always posting about different events that are going on. Caitlin's always doing meetups with everybody, which is great. I think at least once a week, if not more, which is awesome. And then always posting about drifting on there as well, and any other race type events that are going on, which is great. I've always wanted to try drifting, so I bought the car, took it out there, and it was just so welcoming, and everyone's super cool. I'm a bit of an introvert, but Caitlin was great. Courtney's great, super inviting. Like, I didn't feel intimidated really at all, and just jumped right in. And there's lots of people at the event that are willing to hop in the car with you and kind of tell you how to do things, especially if you've never done it before, which is super helpful. Guys and girls. There's a lot of people that come out there to support all the women, which is just amazing. And you build some great friendships with people, and I highly recommend it, even if you are a little bit of an introvert, to just go ahead and jump in. And give it a shot, and as well as join the events, any of the meetups, the car shows. We attended a car show with my Subi and got an award for that one, but met some great people out there as well, and highly recommend it.
I think that's how you got into it. You bought the Subaru and then you started digging a little bit, try to find car clubs and whatnot. We know about what's the one down here in the Denver area, the ladies group. I can't remember.
Car Girls of Colorado.
Yes, Car Girls of Colorado. I think we found them first, and then that kind of opened the door and allowed.
Car Girls of Colorado.
Yeah, and I believe I understand. I know you were having audio. Jenny is live from Alaska right now, so I think there's actually a delay issue.
Because she's
but it'll all work out. Yeah, and it's to touch on that. It's daunting. It's daunting for most anyone. I remember going out to my first autocross events and then my first rallycross events, and it's like, what's going on? Where do I need to be? What do I need to do? And a lot of times, all the people that are used to it are already in their day-to-day, event processes. Oh, I got to check my tires. I need to do this, empty the car, so they can be busy. The groups that you two have put together are incredibly welcoming. It really takes the edge off. It can be daunting for men and let alone females to show up brand new to something like this, not know anybody there, not know how the day is going to go, where to be when and whatnot. It can be very daunting. So it's nice that you've come up with something where people can feel welcome and it's easier to digest, because it really is a lot of information when you're dealing with a motorsports event, because
it does become overwhelming for sure.
Yeah, all of that stuff, making sure your car is good. What happens when you have a blowout or something like that. I don't know how many times I've debeated something at a rallycross event, and like bees to the hive. Just everyone's like, how can we help? I got another tire. Like, let me throw this on. Let me help you out. We need to you only have one more run to go. Like, you're finishing your day. You're not getting a DNF, So it's really nice to have something.
That's very much how the ladies drift goes every single time. Like, none of the ladies I've ever seen have felt like alone there, even when they show up alone.
Yeah, no, and I was there, and I sat in on your driver's meeting at the beginning of the day, and it's very well put together. You guys carry yourselves very well. It's easy to communicate the information, to digest for the newcomers. What you've done here is great. You want to tell us a little bit more about the ladies of Colorado Springs?
Yeah, so
group?
I went to my first ladies drift day 2 years ago. Mm-hmm. 2 years ago, and I was like, well, like, I had no idea. My husband found it, and he was like, you're gonna take my car and we're gonna do this. And I was like, okay. Like, I've always been down to try anything. And I went, and Courtney does little awards every single event. They're so cute.
Those are Melissa's ideas.
Oh, Melissa's idea?
Yes, I've just been
They've carried on. So Melissa, her socials are Melissa Drifts. She helped start Ladies Drift here in Colorado, although she's based in Texas.
Yeah, but she came out and coached for the very first one.
Yeah. So
without her car, and then ever since after that, she has to bring her car.
She's like, I gotta drive. I gotta drive.
It's too much fun to miss out.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think at the drift event that we went to last year, you guys had quite a posse of ladies from out of state that came to help put down or put everything on.
Yeah, you should talk about that.
Yeah, the Crew de Femme ladies were awesome. They
came
and helped
Louisiana?
coach.
They're like around
Florida,
that area.
I can't remember everywhere. They're from the East Coast.
Somebody came from Texas. Melissa,
Missy, Texas. Mel. Man, I can't remember
those
where they all live.
ladies just flew in. Basically, like, we did raise some money to give them for coming, but like on their own dime. They were just happy to fly in. Literally, they flew in, they rented a car, they stayed in a hotel, like all of their own costs just to be there to like support that event.
Yeah.
Which is huge. When you've got that kind of support, like, that's how you build a community, and that's how you really do it.
Yeah.
But anyways, you
so I went to my first Ladies Drift Day. I won a little award. I won most committed because my car was a piece of junk and I kept trying and I wouldn't give up. But there's like 6 awards every time, 6-ish, something like that.
Yeah, roughly.
There's awards every time, so it was not only like, oh, okay, hey, it's a bunch of ladies hanging out, but it was like, hey, we're noticing what you're doing. Like, there's like the most improved, like, etc. Like, there's a bunch of like all those coaches are out there paying attention and caring about what you're actually doing and like who you are, and they get to know you like right off the bat. Like, I felt so at home. Like, that would be the best word to put it, I guess. Is like I just felt at home. Like, I'm like, wow, these are my people. So I wanted to like carry that on through the year. Like, that was kind of my intention, was like, I want to know all these ladies and I want them to be my friend because they're all really great and cool. So like, how can I put it somewhere else? Mm-hmm. So I literally messaged Courtney, didn't really know her. Like, I like saw her at the ladies drifting and I was like, she's so cool. I like added her on Facebook and I was like, what do you think about just like a ladies group around here? And she was like, sounds like a good idea. I can't do anything about it because it's a lot of work. Like, know that now, but like, do it. So Courtney told me to do it and I made the group
and she did it.
And I just kind of went from there. And I really wanted it to be a lot of like drift ladies because obviously I'm biased.
Very biased.
I can't help it. But that was like my first intention. So like, I added all the ladies from the drift group on Facebook to the group, and then other people just started to find it.
It just got so big so fast.
Yeah, it grew, I don't know. I don't even know, but crazy fast. Like, for a year of having like 900 ladies and being able to do like a car show that we could, like, we made money off of that and donated that to the like Veteran Service Center. So like, being able to do that scale in a year is like significant. So I guess to like lead in to Summer Vibes coming up this upcoming weekend, June 7th and 8th. June 7th is like the full day. June 8th is just Ladies Drift Day.
Yep.
To be able to have like a community in a year and a half that's able to put on like a full track day for such a niche, like a ladies in motorsports is a niche market. Mm-hmm. And like, here we are.
Yeah, and to be able to give back, that's always great.
Mm-hmm.
You said you donated the money to the Veteran Center, I believe it was, that the car show was at.
Mount Carmel, right?
Yeah, Mount Carmel Veteran Service Center. To
be able to do that, and like you said, to build a community that quick, you definitely tapped into something, and it's something that was needed. Being with Colorado Cars and Coffee, I run a lot of their all of their event tracking, and there's just pages and pages of events, meets, cruises, and whatnot that go down in the Denver area, or up north just a little bit, and there's so few things that happen down on the spring side of the state.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, the track is down there, so if anybody wants to go race, and then Pueblo as well, so if anybody wants to go racing, they have to go that way. We'll see what Bandimere does. Maybe they'll put in some kind of track. I mean, there's HPR up here, but they don't do a lot of these more grassroots things, like the SCCA, autocross, rallycross, the drift.
Yeah, we're a big fan of grassroots.
Yep.
Yeah, because it's so easy to jump in your car and show up.
Yeah. It's not unachievable.
Yeah, it's not unattainable.
Well, and that's exactly what Jenny did. We bought that Miata. She got into it, and then she's like, I want to drift it. And I'm like, okay, let's go. Let's do it.
She drove it once and was like, I got a skirt.
Yeah. And that was it exactly. I mean, she bought tires, and we absolutely shredded those damn things through the day.
I remember that.
Yeah, it's just too much fun. Once it bites you, and I've been teasing her for years, like, gonna get you to a rallycross. My rally car has been down for a long time. All it needs is a fuel pump, and I'm just a lazy bastard.
So like that
I need to get that done. I might even jump in my daily one of these days just to get her out there because it's so much damn fun. Jenny, do you want to speak a little bit more about getting into the scene? What is it that you're hoping to do as you move forward in the motorsports arena? Delay. It has to get all the way to Alaska.
You'll hear us in a minute.
Yeah, I know. Maybe.
Well,
there we go.
I'm going to talk now, but I plan on being in Alaska for about 6 months or so, but once part of the reason for selling it was needing to buy a car out here, but once I leave here, the plan is to definitely buy another car and then hopefully use that to start drifting again, because I really enjoyed it. And I have to say, Caitlin kind of started, I think, back in October when I did it the first time. I think maybe she had done it a few times prior to that, but watching her, just the improvement that she's made has just been awesome. I mean, it's so cool to watch. So I really would love to get back out there and start going again. It's so much fun, and I love the camaraderie and just hanging out with the ladies. It's awesome.
That's one of the best things, is when you can see easily and quickly someone's progression. So you can say, they can do it. Like, I had a buddy once tell me something about fixing cars. He's like, if someone can do this, we can do it. If it's possible, like, as long as we have the tools and whatnot, and we can do this. So it's great to see someone else, start and stumble and learn and maybe stumble again and then learn again, and watch that visual process occur. So you can say, well, it can't be that hard. Why can't I do this? Well, you can. And you guys are living proof that all you have to do is get out there, know, and then, like she said, the camaraderie, the assistance from others in the community, it's something that you really just can't explain. Like I said, I've done plenty of motorsports things before, and just the helpfulness and the feel of almost family when you meet some of these people, and you see them once a month or twice a month when you go to the events. Oh, hey, how you been? And you might not see them in your personal life, but they're still your friends.
I have so many of that exact situation.
It's kind of like, what's the term when you skiing and snowboarding? No friends on a powder day. There's friends every day at the track. Everybody wants to see everyone else have a good time and succeed, and not break. And if you do, everyone's throwing wrenches at you, like, hey, how can I help? I think I know the answer already, Jenny. Miata is always the answer, but are you going to pick up another Miata? Is that going to be the next drift machine, or you think you want to graduate to like a 240 or something else?
What a joke.
It's got to get to Alaska before she hears it.
I've been eyeballing the 350Zs, so I don't know. I really enjoy driving the Miata, so I think for now it's going to be the Miata, and then depending on how the progression goes from there, then maybe we'll look at upgrading at some point. But I think the Miata is a great starter car, just to get into it for now, and then we'll just go from there.
A Z is also very good starter car.
Yeah, what would you say are like some good starter drift cars?
Zs, 350Zs. Miatas are more challenging. They're definitely,
you gotta push them a little harder, but they're like a good, like, you can drift a Miata with little modifications.
Same with a Z.
With a Z too.
FRS, BRZ, also minimum modifications.
Those are great chassis.
Corvette's also been, if you have a great budget.
You got the dollars for that one.
Yeah, I remember years ago, the newer 350Z. It's like drift ready off the showroom floor. You can like just buy that and go ripping. That's what people would say.
Yeah.
It's super easy to get in and just you can get sideways. Jenny, Miata, again, is always the answer. And we've talked about it. We are multiple car owners. There are 10 vehicles in my house right now in varying condition. And 8 of them are Chevrolet Berettas. Like that's my thing. I've got one a garage queen, and then a daily, and a rally car, and a project car for Jenny,
And a parts car.
You know, 2 of them, and one I'm getting ready to sell, and one that I don't know, it sits there. I'll do something with it one of these days. But Jenny and I had spoke about, well, and it was a joke, but it'll probably become reality one of these days. You know, you buy a Miata, and then you got to get another one. So one's for daily, one's for the track. I mean, babe, you could buy a Miata to daily, and then you still have that fun, and then, you know, quote unquote, graduate into something else to take to the track.
I was thinking about all of the cars that I have.
Yeah.
I have 4 Ice
I was gonna
200s
say,
in the
how many-
backyard.
How many cars are at your house?
There's 2 BRZs in the backyard.
So 2. That's
There's
6.
3 Dodge Rams in the backyard.
3? That's
We
not
don't have to
including
count the
cars
rest.
you drive.
That's like the doubles.
That's just the extras. That's not
Well,
even-
I mean, Jenny knows the life.
There's some of them.
The herd has thinned with the people that live in the home and whatnot. At one point there were, correct me if I'm wrong, babe, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 cars at her house, but she had a huge driveway, so most all of them would fit there, which is
That's
nice.
nice.
And then I'd show up to hang out, and there's an additional vehicle. I would kill for her driveway. Let's just put it that way. It's 2 wide and like 4 deep,
Wow, that's
Nice.
cool.
which is nice. But you want to touch base a little bit more on your coming event next week? I know it was mentioned, but you want to go into greater detail? You have anything else you want to tout about what's coming up?
Yeah, Summer Vibes, June 7th and 8th. June 7th is Women's Motorsports Day. We're doing drift,
car
drag,
show,
car show, track sprints.
drift drag, car track sprints, car show. We'll have like vendors. What are we at? Like 15 vendors?
Yeah, I think so.
17 vendors?
15.
That's impressive.
We've got some Miss Motorhead. She's a pretty significant lady in the car community. She's coming from California to do a booth. She does a lot of like SECA women on track stuff in California. Not in that world, so I don't know exactly much about it. We've had some super cool donations from some companies on some raffles. Talk about that.
Yeah, everything VQ. James, who's just up in Colorado as well, donated a couple of spectator raffles. So everyone can
4,
come.
right?
Yeah, 4 spectator raffles. We have an oil change kit, a spark plug change kit, $100 certificate to everything VQ, and then also an AEM AFR gauge, which is super badass. James donated all that stuff, so we can have some fun stuff for the spectators. Everything VQ is also not just for VQ stuff. James can hook you up with pretty much anything you need. So he's a super good source to use here locally.
And he donates to Ladies Drift Day.
The past,
Often,
yeah,
right?
the past couple of years, he's been a huge support for Ladies Drift.
Honestly, a lot of companies donate to Ladies Drift Day.
Yeah, typically we do like a goodie bag that each driver gets, just something fun. We're not doing it at Summer Vibes. This is kind of a different day, but normal Ladies Drift Days, the goodie bags, companies like Injuku,
Cage Kids.
Mishimoto, Injuku seriously donated so much stuff. It was crazy.
Yeah, I remember Jenny and I were blown away at how much stuff was in that bag.
It
Like,
is
it
so
kept
cool.
Falling all over the car on the way home, and we got home and we're like, there's even more in here than we thought. That was a bunch of cool stuff. Yeah,
Yeah.
please plug anybody and everybody you want to while you've got the platform.
Yeah,
That's
Haley
how-
made all of those flowers. She made metal roses.
How old is she? 15?
Yeah, she's just, I think 16. She's driving now.
Oh.
She made every participant this metal rose. Like she hand painted that rose for every single lady that
And
drove.
what, there was 40?
There's 40. And then Kinsley made bracelets for the coaches and for the participants as well. Like there's a lot of,
3 donated little key tags.
yep, the key tags were so cute.
With
for the
everybody's
tags.
name on
Yeah,
it.
she made everyone's name. It's really cool because like all levels of the community, whether it be someone's daughter, granddaughter, someone's mom, Camille's mom donated money to
Right.
Ladies Drift Day to
Yep.
help us get more shirts. It's cool to see all different levels of places pulling into.
Yeah, like the support is everywhere.
Yeah. It's really
But
cool
for our
to see.
event this weekend, Everything VQ donated those raffles, and they also sponsored the Drift Comp trophies, which is super cool. So tell them about the Drift Comp.
The Drift Comp is a tandem competition. I don't think there's ever been one for ladies specifically for drifting in Colorado, so I think it might be the first. We're gonna see ladies battle it out on the field.
Yeah, that's. I mean, any day at PPIR is a good day, right?
It is.
Especially when you're driving a car.
Yes, definitely.
I don't know if you know who Digital Goddess is by chance, but she commented, it's addictive even when you watch. I'm out here like, I need a drift car. Like right now, I crave the drift.
It is literally addicting. Like, I went for a ride along one time and was like, how do I do this? Like, I need to get in the driver's seat.
Yeah, I did. God, this was a long time ago. I knew a guy that owned an exotic car rental and like a detail shop. I think it was Intrigue Detail. It was a long time ago. They've long since moved out of state and whatnot, but he put on a motorsports carnival at PPIR, and they had Lambos, like a Mustang 350 GT, an old AC Cobra replica. I drove a Porsche 911, Z06 Vet, all this stuff, and you could pay. It was like a carnival. You could go to these different areas.
That's
and,
cool.
You know, pay to get tickets to take the Dodge Viper out on the oval.
That's
you could
insane.
pay for a ride along. I'm trying to tie this in. You could pay for a ride along in a drift car, and I forget the entity that these guys belonged to, but they all showed up in. I think they had two different Lexus SC 300s or 400s. I'm told that's like the poor man's Supra drift car,
Yep.
or it was then. Who knows if it still is now? They were built. They had, you know, whatever top end on the engine and blah blah this. They showed up with a truck like overflowing with tires, and they were just out there ripping, you know. And I took one of the ride-alongs and was just like, first time I'd ever done a ride-along in a drift car, and was just like, good Lord, you know. It's an overwhelming sensation for all of the senses, and then all of a sudden the car stops, and you just go, "What the hell was that?"
Yeah,
The closest I've ever been to drifting is out on the dirt, you know. And I drive a front-wheel drive car when I rally cross, but that doesn't mean I can't rip the crap out of that e-brake and make it happen, you know.
Yeah,
But
of course.
it's a different beast when you're out there, you know, trying to make a lap time over trying to provide some showmanship, you know, or have fun.
Yeah,
And one of these days
fast.
we'll get Jenny out to the track. You guys are all over. I've got my little ticker down here, all over Instagram.
Oh, I want to say one more thing about
please.
the Drift Comp.
Yeah.
NRG
Yes.
and the Prisma Lab, they donated a custom engraved steering wheel for the first place winner of the Drift Comp. So
Wow, that's not cheap.
yeah, no, and it's
Good job, Kate.
it's a pretty good looking steering wheel, like matches our colors and cool stuff. So like a lot of companies want to support what we're doing, which is great.
Which is good, yeah. It's like we've said before, it's women in motorsports in general is still coming to fruition. It's still a blossoming entity, for lack of a better term. You know, Jenny and I used to skateboard, you know, a lot. We actually knew each other in high school. We actually dated like, I think it's 26 years ago in high school, and then found each other again here in our early 40s. We used to skateboard, and now we're watching, and Jenny was kind of at the forefront of that at one point as a female skater. There weren't any, you know, especially back then. Now they're you know, it's a huge up and coming thing. So just women getting more involved in things in general seems to be at the forefront these days. It's
trending. It's happening all over.
Jenny, you've been silent for a minute. Is there anything that you wanted to add regarding any of this? I know you're going to get another car when you come back. We actually still have your Subaru, but that's like a 1 of 1,000 special edition car that we are not going to take to the track. That one needs to be kept clean. Is there anything you wanted to throw in? Actually, I wanted to specifically touch base on the other things that you guys do, and I'll let Jenny take the lead on this one here. But I'll mention them. You do all kinds of extracurricular things on the side. You had a painting class at Pikes Peak Community College, correct?
Yeah, Pikes Peak State College has been really great and super supportive of all the ideas that we've kind of had. So we've done an automotive basics class, which was great. We've done a custom color painting class. So we went in, we got we could customize our color. We asked them to draft up a little color, and we painted some speed forms. So the ladies got to actually do the painting themselves. So they got to watch the paint gun get filled up, learn how to put it onto the compressor, the line, all of the stuff that a lot of ladies they not always have the opportunity to get to touch that kind of equipment themselves. We just did a ladies welding workshop, which was so much fun. I've personally never even welded, so I attended the workshop of oh, this is fun to be just.
I know, I wanted to go
and learning. It was so much
fun.
It was such a good time.
I've always wanted to know. Jenny's one of Jenny's sons actually did some welding, and we still have his welder in the shed.
There you go.
After she attended that, I'm like, babe, we gotta fire that thing up and figure it out.
I would love to know what Jenny thought of the paint class and the welding class.
Yeah, she went.
That's exactly what I was trying to lead into. Jenny, tell us a little bit about your attendance at these two events, and how you felt about what went on, how it was presented, etc. Jeez, your dog's in the background going crazy. I'm watching her pup while she's in Alaska.
Oh.
All right. I think it's my go.
Yes.
I thought it was great. It's a bit of a drive for me to come down there, but luckily we have a friend that lives down there, so I'm able to stay the night and attend those classes in the morning. But it's great because a lot of them, the welding class in particular was run by a woman, which is really nice. So, I think as a girl, a woman, it gives you that confidence that, yes, this is a male-dominated field, but as a woman, I can do this. And I think it's great to get that support, knowing that, if they can do it, so can we. And, there's no strength required in that sort of thing. So, it's not as intimidating. But it was fun. We got to build a project and take it home. And, I think we did pretty well. And I got to use a plasma cutter, which was a lot of fun because I kind of messed up. But, really, I just want to say, as a woman, even if you're an introvert, I highly recommend just joining the group. And Caitlin and Courtney are always, they're super responsive on DMs if you have questions or anything like that, and super friendly, and highly recommend it. If you're shy, just jump in there, and there's always other girls there that are willing to talk to you and be friendly, and just do it. That's all I got. Just do it.
Yep. Just come. Yeah.
Yeah, and I can say the same thing. I spoke about being timid or even scared, nervous when I started my autocrossing and rallycross, my grassroots racing career, for lack of a better term. You just got to take the plunge, get out there, and you'll see. People are there to help hold your hand for the first day, or show you the ropes, or explain what's going on. You do an all hands. We called it all hands because we wanted everybody on site there, not just the drivers. So drivers meeting, like the SCCA, more than likely to this day, autocross. When I was autocrossing, they do a novice specific meeting to go over some of the basics of, how the cones work, what to do when you're out on course and you got to pick one up, or you got to radio it in, all of that sort of stuff. So it's not show up and hope you get it right. It's show up and people will help you get it right. So don't be scared to take the plunge into whatever it is you're thinking about doing in the automotive scene here in Colorado. We're getting close to the end. Is there anything else that you guys wanted to cover? We spoke about, your origin. We spoke about some of the events you've done in the past. How about anything coming up after or later in the year after your Summer Vibes event? Do you have anything in the books, in the works?
We have a normal ladies drift day in October, and then Kay is trying to schedule some kind of additional car show.
Yeah, we'll do another traditional car show. I don't have any dates for that yet, but that's for sure like a lot of interest. The upcoming ladies drift day, I think you should touch on like what is different. Like if there's like coaches.
Yeah, for normal like ladies drift day, it's like areas where people can do donuts, figure eights, and then also try their hand at some sort of course. We have coaches that hop in the cars with you and will give you pointers. And yeah, I mean, that's really all that it is like trying to show people the very basics. Not everyone learns the same way. Not everyone can do donut figure eight drift. Some people do drift donut figure eight, which is, I did figure eights drift and then never did donuts ever.
Really?
Like a couple of times I did them, but like
she's like done. Like we did a video one time where I'm just like standing in the middle and she's just like doing donuts around me. So it's like interesting to hear that.
I didn't do it very often. It was mainly like trying to drift corners for me, but everyone learns different. Some people need to know the donut, then the figure eight, then the course, but it's such a vast area of things that has to be done to do this and different ways to do it. So we just try to provide a place for the ladies to try and see what they can do.
Yeah, no, and again, get out and give it a shot. Mm-hmm. It might not be for you, but more than likely the bug's going to get you. And all of a sudden you'll be like us and there'll be like 7 cars at your house.
Yep.
Only one that runs.
Yep.
It can be a mess, but it's great. I absolutely love the automotive scene here in Colorado. It's growing. It's always ever growing. It's always constantly evolving as well. And to be a part of Colorado Cars and Coffee and help get all this information out, spread the word for what it is you do.
Yeah, it's great that you have like a platform that you run that shows all these events, and
it's very helpful. I often look at it and
all
see
the time.
like, what could we do this weekend or whatever.
Literally, you went to go promote the event, and you were like on the page,
looking
for events to go to.
Yeah, well, excuse me. It's great. Colorado Cars and Coffee is huge. I mentioned it earlier before I had you guys jump in. Shift Colorado, the digital magazine that they put together. If you, the 3 of you, haven't seen it, if you, the audience, hasn't seen it, take a look. It's not a BS basement zine. It is a very professionally put together publication. Many times over 100 pages. They get press vehicles before they're even at the dealership to be bought. They've had access to cars before the press vehicles, I believe is the term. They in depth. I mean, it's crazy. And the amount of people that help behind the scenes, like if you don't know, it's huge. Photographers, writers, people like me and Jason. Jason's not here, my typical co-host that helps run this. It's overwhelming to track all of the events sometimes. Middle of the summer, we'll get up to like nearly 10 full pages of stuff that I have to screenshot and put on the weekend events post that's on Instagram every Thursday.
Yep, I like that one.
and that's 10 pages of stuff that's just happening in that coming weekend.
Yep.
Yeah.
And in the newsletter that we have that comes out, if you visit Colorado Cars and Coffee's Facebook page and dig around a little bit, or even Google it, you'll be able to find it. Maybe I should do a promo for that. It's been a minute. In that newsletter is just under 3 full weeks worth of events, and that list, I mean, you'll be scrolling on your PC for like 5 minutes. There is so much that goes on here, and it's not just car shows. It's charity events. It's cruises, meet and greets, You know, like the Porsche Club, they have breakfast once a month as a group. Just there's so much out there that you can get into if you even remotely enjoy driving your car, or you're the guy that's like, oh man, did you see that? You know, as it drives by, check out Colorado Cars and Coffee, and it'll help you get your foot in on everything that there is here to do in the state, let alone all of the great stuff that you guys provide for women as well. Jenny, closing statements. You got anything you want to add? Have you got any closer to picking a vehicle while you're out there in Alaska? I know you've been shopping for like a month, trying to pick up a beater with a heater, as they say. Let it sink in. I can't believe the delay. It's crazy.
Nothing yet. I'm still kind of browsing marketplace. I'm just really looking for something with an engine that's gonna go. So there's no emissions out here.
Nice.
So just need something with wheels. So I'm still scouring, trying to find a manual, of course, but that's pretty much it.
Yeah, I get shunned. I get laughed. Automatics. I can drive a 5-speed. I just prefer autos. I just like to get in and go.
I like to not have to do work.
I also drive a Tesla, so like I like it all.
Well,
I like
and
to do nothing and also everything at the same time.
as mentioned earlier, Jenny's Subaru is for sale. It's on Marketplace. Go dig it up. Hit me up if you want any info. I'm watching it for her while she's gone. Well, I just went to a cruise yesterday. Shout out to Alex and Subi Doctor for putting on a great meet and greet yesterday in a cruise up into the hills. We stopped at a tavern, had lunch. Great group of people. So many 2.5 RSs. I was blown away because that's the one I want. Like, and there were 2 other right-hand drive vehicles there, which was great.
That's
no
cool.
other V limiteds. So yeah, I put for sale signs in the window, so it's my ploy to be able to drive the car while she's not here.
Yeah, you gotta advertise it, you know.
Yeah, exactly. Well, and it's a show car. It really is. It's a one of a thousand.
Beautiful.
Again, it's a collector vehicle, so you can't modify it, because you don't want to ruin the one of nature. You can't track it and whatnot. It's been babied in the time that she's owned it. So since it hasn't sold, we're gonna get a little use out of it before it goes. And that thing moves. I think that's the second turbo vehicle I've ever driven. My buddy had a turbo, Mini Cooper.
Nice.
I forget the model, but that thing moved too. And this Subaru, it takes a minute to spool, but when it does, it goes. And
Yep.
there's nothing like it. There's absolutely nothing. I'm trying not to get myself in trouble. I only hit the rev limiter once, so don't worry. All right, well, if no one's got anything else to touch on, we are just right at about an hour. So I will thank you for joining us. Again, Caitlin Jones with Lady Car Enthusiasts of Colorado Springs, Courtney Verts with Ladies Drift Day, and my lovely lady, Jenny Cardona, here providing her thoughts on being a newcomer somewhat to the scene. Summer Vibes is coming up at Pikes Peak International Raceway, June 7th and 8th. Summer Vibes is a motorsports extravaganza that goes down on the 7th. There is drifting. There's a car show as well, correct? There's a couple other aspects. Can you rattle them off for us real quick?
Yep. Drift, drag racing, track sprints, car show. Lots of things for spectators to do. Bring your sunscreen, your water.
Yeah, snacks, water, all the ladies that are coming should be prepared. It's all the stuff they need.
Yeah, sunscreen and
If
water.
anybody has questions on what you should bring, ask us.
Yep.
Ask
let
us now, not the day before, because we won't see your message.
Yeah, here, and that can be found there at that Instagram account.
Yep. Perfect.
And at Ladies Drift Day, which is
Yep.
short. I didn't type them both into the same rotating banner. Family friendly event. I'll make note of that. You can bring everybody out. Water and
Spectators
sunscreen.
welcome.
Water and sunscreen, most definitely. You said you have 15 or 17 vendors. I assume there will be food vendors.
Yes.
There are some food trucks. Yep.
Okay. Yeah. So while you're there, check out everything it is that these two lovely ladies have put together. support the vendors because that's how they get to keep doing what they're doing. And I guess that's that. Thanks for tuning in, everybody. Thank you for being here, Courtney, Caitlin, Jenny, and we're signing off.
Thanks for having us.
Bye.
Hey, she knew to wave. Done. All right.